Did you know there are 72 packs for The Sims 4 now? And I'm sorry to even bring that up because I know that number kind of hurts to hear. But yeah, across all of the different pack types, in total, there are 72 different pieces of DLC for The Sims 4. I learned that recently because the EA app was down, and when I tried to open one of my saves, it said that I was missing 72 packs because for some reason the stupid app wasn't recognizing that I owned the packs, so it wasn't letting me play with them. And that was annoying enough, but not really surprising because it's the EA app. But more so, it was a shocking revelation because I knew we had a lot of DLC, but 72 is a wild number. And I was thinking that maybe today we could try to do a build using something from every single one of the Sims packs. There are so many, and they're all so different that it might be genuinely kind of hard to do this all in one normal looking build. When you think about trying to fit stuff from like Island Living with the bowling pack, like the styles just don't really mesh well. So I think it'll be kind of an interesting challenge. It's also going to be kind of hard to keep track of. So I've made a spreadsheet for us today listing all of the packs that we need to use. There are 72 packs total, but not 72 listed here because a few of those are Create a Sim kits. So obviously I can't use like the throwback fit kit to furnish a bathroom. So I didn't put those on the spreadsheet. We're gonna have to come up with a plan for this because I'm kind of nervous about building in like a fancy world and then getting stuck in a style box. I guess I mean that I can't really build like a horse ranch in Sulani very easily because the furniture doesn't really fit from those two packs together. So I almost want to just build in Newcrest because I sort of look at this world as like a blank slate. I want this house to be as normal as possible given the circumstances. And there are a lot of packs on this list that will be kind of easy to use. I'm not really worried about a lot of the clutter kits. A lot of the kids stuff will fit together quite easily. A lot of the packs have nice windows and wallpapers that we can use. Mostly I'm more concerned about the weirder packs, like the bowling pack, the fitness pack, honestly, the luxury party pack. There's a lot of stuff packs that I'm a little wary of. I also think that the smaller the house, the bigger the challenge because we have less space to fit more stuff in, but we kind of have to walk that line a bit because I don't want it to be too small. I really should worry less about how the exterior is gonna look and spend more time concerning myself with how the interior is gonna be because in this particular case, the interior is a way bigger concern, but I just cannot bring myself to build an ugly house, so I have to try really hard to make this look not bad. This was kind of my initial thought, but never mind. It's not a good idea. Let's try this again. Sometimes it's just gonna take me a couple bulldozes to really know what I'm going for with this sort of build, and I think that's okay. Oh, yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. I don't like it. Okay, here's my idea. What if we have like a chimney in the front of the house? Is that so ugly? I've got a little bit of an idea now. I think the back is kind of weird, but I think sometimes that's kind of a good thing. And this is what the front is looking like at the moment. I'm not really 100% sure on this, but we're gonna see if we can make it work. The floor plan on this one is gonna be really, really strange as well. Okay, step one, I think we try to use some sort of roof trim from a different pack. I don't really know what that's going to entail, but I think we should do something from a different pack as the roof trim. We might be able to get some kind of fun color schemes this way because we could have like a cool green roof from Snowy Escape. Then I cross off Snowy Escape. I wonder if we could really try to mix and match windows. I don't know if this looks okay. These are university windows. I would not normally use these university windows for a build that's this style, but I like the idea of them. Oh, wait a minute. I could use university windows and a growing together door. That's two things crossed off already. You know what? Let's just use a cats and dogs foundation color. Why not? I wouldn't normally do this, but I am doing everything that I wouldn't normally do at this current moment. I'm also kind of curious about these columns from growing together. I would not normally use those here either. And then get together has the perfect column to put on all of the edges. I do use this in like pretty much every single build, but it's so perfect for this purpose. I like to have a nice little trim piece on the edges. So that's get together and for rent. So we've got a lot of the packs crossed off already, and we haven't really even done that much yet. So I'm feeling a little bit better. I haven't got a single clue what I'm going for with this. I think anything that I'm trying to use is looking bad. I'm not really pulling this off as well as I thought I was going to. Maybe I should just use a simple base game fence. Sometimes simple is a good thing. Okay, I want to scoot the whole place a little bit closer to the front of the lot as well. You will be so excited to know that the Star Wars pack has has the perfect stone for us to use for this. Who would have thought that Journey to Batu is the first game pack that we use? I'm kind of imagining myself using that again in the backyard to do some sort of back patio. And speaking of patio, I think I'll use the perfect patio stuff fence because we can fill in the whole yard with that one. So we'll cross off perfect patio. Oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. What do you think about this movie hangout door? I think that in the white swatch, it actually looks pretty good there. This is the fun part of doing this. I feel like I'm trying to find stuff that I don't normally do. I guess this is just a really good excuse to look around and explore through packs I don't use that often. I am unfortunately envisioning some sort of plain beige on most of the walls. I'm sorry, I know we have this kind of fun stone, but I think that most of it should be plain. We have this stone accent on the side on this like extension. So maybe this part should be stone too? Then is it weird if the chimney is the same kind of stone? I don't know the answer to that question. What about if we had like some sort of pretty scalloped stuff? Because that fits together well. And that's, oh, I already used cats and dogs. Never mind. Well, I can still use it. How about that? It's different, but in a good way. I think the green might be kind of weird. Is the green too weird? This matches with the stone better. We might have to find a different time to use the green roof. I'm so sorry. I bet some of you liked it and now I just ruined it. Somebody else hated it and they're probably jumping for joy right now because I changed it. Okay, this is the exterior. I just threw in an outdoor retreat floor right here, so that's one more game pack. And now we have to think about the whole floor plan. So my initial thought right now for this downstairs area is that maybe we could have 2 bedrooms down here. I'm envisioning both of these becoming bedrooms. This maybe could be an office, or I guess some sort of like skill building room. If anything, these could also be skill building rooms. And then these would both be bathrooms, maybe one hall bathroom and one ensuite bathroom, or this could be a laundry room and a bathroom. That means we get laundry crossed off. Strangerville genuinely has some of my favorite doors in the entire game. So I'm gonna use these Strangerville doors around here. I'm really struggling with this actually. This is so weird. I don't know how to split it up better than this. So upstairs right now, at the moment, I'm thinking that maybe we get an extra couple bedrooms. So this is a bedroom, this is a bedroom. This one becomes a bedroom and then they have an ensuite bathroom as well. So in total, it's what, 3, maybe 5 or 6 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms? That's okay. That's reasonable, right? Maybe? Oh my God. It does make the downstairs quite complicated. Okay, so maybe the living room goes here. I'll pick some sort of fireplace. I don't know what one yet, but we'll do something like this on this back wall. The kitchen could just wrap around in this corner, sort of, and then I'll have a dining table somewhere in the middle, maybe? Let's figure this out for real. Let's just start by furnishing the living room and we'll see what we can do. I have not used anything from Jungle Adventure yet, so I'm kind of intrigued by using Jungle Adventure flooring maybe in this room. I do like the wood color, so I'm okay with that. And then maybe I'll use the Home Chef Hustle cabinets. Actually, this light green color is really beautiful. So far in this kitchen, I've used Home Chef Hustle for the cabinets, Parenthood for the dishwasher, Cool Kitchen for the rest of the appliances, Horse Ranch for this thingy, the free holiday pack for that thingy, and I've used Get Famous for the bar stools. I'd really like to have some sort of tile backsplash, but I don't like how this one looks. Maybe I could use this one. This is Realm of Magic. It could be in a bathroom somewhere. This may actually be Spa Day's time to shine as the kitchen backsplash. I don't really like it that much. Like, I think in an ideal world, I'd rather use a different tile than this, but also I'd rather use the pack. I'd like to cross it off my list. And I'm really trying to use wallpaper and flooring for this where I can, because I just know we are not gonna have an easy time once we start properly furnishing. There's just too many packs and not enough space in this house to use them all. Ooh. Wait, beautiful hanging plant. It does kind of clip. Can I just put something in front of it? Can I just put a coffee maker in front of it so you can't tell? I've got to use that country kitchen kit somewhere in here too. Oh wait, is it too much green if I do that? Because that is really cute. Maybe I could stick the Bust the Dust stuff in the laundry room because we can try and use like cleaning supplies in there. Maybe I just go through kit by kit and try and find places to put stuff. Honestly, this beautiful tree, I kind of like this for the patio. We could always use that back here. I haven't landscaped the house yet, so I don't know what it's gonna look like, but that could be kind of nice on the back patio. Ugh. The industrial loft kit, I don't like. It might have to be used for a rug. Or like this thing. Oh, this is easy to use. Let's just put that on a table. I say we base an entire kids room off of this wall art. And I really, really, really like this swing set from Little Campers, so I'll use that. This place is very like natural tones and muted colors, so maybe this light could work. Pastel pop is easy because I just like this stuff so much, so I'm not too worried about it, but I'll put something in here just so I don't forget. Honestly, I could do an entire room of just pastel pop kit. It's so good. The clutter kit is also pretty easy. I feel like we're not gonna have a hard time trying to fit those things in. The bathroom kit, same thing. I could just use that toilet paper roll. This thing is like my favorite little plant in the entire game. I'm gonna use that there in the kitchen. Basement kit's got a real easy plant to use. This book nook kit, I am not even remotely worried about trying to fit in anywhere. It's so good. It's so easy to use this anywhere. And then last, the Modern Luxe kit, I can just use the fancy TV. And that crosses off all of the kits. I'm kind of trying to look through the packs that I haven't used yet so I can fit in those things here. I wonder if the paranormal couch would be good. I didn't mean for this place to be so beige. That was not my intention. That was not what I was going for here, but it is kind of how things have worked out. That nice swatch brings in some more color, so we can use that. That looks terrible, right? Those cabinets? No, sorry, bad idea. How about this with the green on the fireplace and the bookshelves on either side of it? Is that okay? I just crossed off both Eco Lifestyle and Tiny Living by doing this because we have these Eco Lifestyle curtains and the Tiny Living poofs. I may leave those shelves empty in case I want to come back later and put in like random last minute clutter from random packs. I'm getting quite nervous about Luxury Party. That's kind of my big concern at the moment because the items that we have from this are just not like, they're just not usable. Oh. Wait, what on earth? I could use an ottoman. Somehow this ottoman is like actually really good for this. I never thought I'd see the day that I said something from Luxury Party is good for this, but actually that kind of works. I sort of forgot that thing existed. Then there's the spooky stuff pack, and this one is a wild card as well. I don't know what I'm gonna use from this. There is wallpaper, and the wallpaper is like kind of cute. We could use it as an accent wall. Thoughts on adding a literal rat into this hallway? I know it's kind of a bright color, but I think it might work. We have to put one somewhere. We have to use My First Pet stuff. That's the rules, so I might as well. There's a lot of really nice and really beautiful artwork that we can use from different packs. I just got City Living and My First Pet stuff crossed off. I'll add a thermostat too so I don't forget. I really would like to have some sort of dining table here. I just don't know which one to use. I actually think that this Get Famous one could be nice. Or maybe like one of these round ones. That kind of takes up a lot of space. There's not a lot of walking space left over, but that's okay. So this light that I just replaced it with is a Get to Work light. I've got Dream Home Decorator chairs on this table, and then maybe we could find some sort of nice plant from a pack that we haven't used yet. Like the Wedding Stories plant. Oh my gosh. I was worried about Wedding Stories too. I wasn't sure how we were gonna fit that in. I've been kind of nervous about it. I wonder if anything from like the werewolves pack will work as a rug underneath this, because I'm kind of nervous about werewolves too. Werewolves and vampires. Both, I'm sort of like, ooh, I don't know how this is gonna fit together. But that rug is quite simple, and that works underneath the dining table. So we just crossed off 3 game packs in that dining room. So we're missing high school years, cottage living, island living, seasons, vampires, nifty knitting, mosquito, ooh, the toddler stuff pack, the fitness stuff pack, bowling night, vintage glamour, kids room, romantic garden. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm less worried about this now though. I think everything is kind of starting to make more sense. I'm not really that concerned about this anymore. We've been doing a lot of planning work, and I think that that was the right idea because now we're set up better for the rest of this to go smoothly. And would you look at that, I finally used seasons. Cross that one off the list. All right, so here's what we've got for this main kitchen, living, dining space so far. When you come in the door, we've got a little entryway right here. I forgot about these phone and keys on the floor, but you can come in, you can set your phone down, you got an umbrella stand, stuff like that. We've got a small dining table right here. This is the living room area, and then we have the kitchen in the back. I did add an a trash can, don't worry, I didn't forget. And then down the side, this is where we have our rat, and then like the hallway to access some of the bedrooms. So I was originally thinking office for down here. I think that's a dumb idea because what we need more is to use the fitness stuff pack. So what I think I might do, oh wait, oh there's some really pretty lights from this pack, aren't there? My plans may have been foiled. I might not, no, sorry. I had a moment there where I wasn't gonna do it, but I never put gyms in my builds, so I think that I still should. I think that it would be cool if we had a gym in in here. Oh, wow. That seems like a lot to me, but that's okay. Let's do it anyway. There actually is a lot of really nice and like really cute gym equipment in this game. Does anything from the bowling pack work in here? Is that impossible? I don't know. Maybe we could have some trophies. This could be a good time to get a nice cabinet or like shelf set on the wall, and then we can put some trophies on it. We have a lot of sports trophies. There's like high school football trophies. We can add in a few of those things. Maybe I can try and raise up this Scouts trophy and put it on there too. Oh, this sim is very high achieving apparently. So that gives us high school years and the bowling pack crossed off. Oh my gosh. I'm serious. I kind of like this gym. I've never used this shelf to make a trophy cabinet. Like I'm kind of experimenting more than I normally do, and this is fun. This item too, I have literally never used this basketball and hat thing. It's just not really normally my vibes, but it kind of works. Oh, I always could have used the fitness stuff pack toilet. I kind of forget that thing exists. Okay, well, we've got a toilet in here. So this is our first very cute and very quaint bathroom. We have Realm of Magic tile. We've got a bunch of tiny living stuff, fitness stuff. And then this bathroom is also going to serve as a laundry room. I'm probably going to want to have a shower tub combo in here just because we're gonna want to bathe like the kids somehow. I'm imagining myself having toddlers in this house, so I'm just preparing. I'm making this into a closet because I want to stick the vacuum in the closet and then maybe some sort of other cleaning supplies. Oh, yikes. I wanted to put the toilet in here, but it looks kind of bad. This is a weird toilet. I don't really understand why we got a toilet in the fitness stuff pack, but I don't know. I never use it, so this is our chance. I might put the little cute one next to it as well. Oh, isn't that nice? Okay, that's all of the bathrooms done, but we've got 2 bedrooms downstairs and then 3 bedrooms upstairs left to finish. I think primary concerns at the moment are just the kind of wacky stuff packs that we have left. One of the wackier stuff packs that we have left is the mosquito stuff pack. So we have to find somewhere to use something from here. And I actually think that these like weird little bear books might be kind of cute in some sort of kids room. I guess this is kind of becoming like a pastel pop themed teens room. Move that wallpaper quick. Yikes. But if anything, this room is probably a really good opportunity to use that mosquito bookshelf. This is kind of what I've got so far in this room. Oh, that looks weird. Hold on. Let me move that somewhere else. We're also missing vintage glamour, and I don't really know what that comes with. I assume something here could be made to work, like this thing. That's simple. Oh, I actually kind of like it. I'm a little bit ashamed to admit that this build has almost come together a little bit more easily than I expected it to. We have things like the toddler stuff pack left, which isn't going to be hard to use. The kids room stuff pack, which I was already planning on using to decorate this kids room. I kind of like the idea of making an entire craft room with nifty knitting because I have to use that pack still. And that leaves me with just cottage living, island living, and vampires to figure out. Yikes. I kind of forgot about vampires. Okay. What is the easiest to use? What about just the radiator? We could put the radiator in some places. That might be kind of nice. Island living might be good for a pool. We could get a pool on this back patio and then put some of the floaties in it. And then cottage living, I don't know. I hadn't really thought that part through. Maybe I could make a guest room. Cottage living has one of my favorite beds in the whole game. The downstairs is like really neutral though. So maybe not that one. Doesn't really match that. Oh wait, I used this painting already. Look, it's right there. Oh. Well, would you look at that? I've used something from every single pack. Oh, that is horrifying. Okay, well, now I have to go through and actually make the rest of it work. Because just because I've used those things doesn't mean that it looks good. I'm basing the entire kids' room off of this painting. I don't really ever use that swatch on this painting. And I'm kind of just putting a whole bunch of the kids' room furniture in here too. Probably make the walls a nice light green color and then maybe give them some sort of, I don't know, the kid probably could use some curtains or something. There, some blinds will do. Okay, there's the kids' room. Uh-oh, I forgot about spooky stuff. I needed to use this wallpaper. Dare I say, no, it's too much. I can't just put it in there. We gotta find something else. Do you think that the primary bedroom can have a ghost wallpaper? It's kind of ghosty in like a subtle way to the point where maybe it's cool. I don't know. Maybe I could try this. Wait, hold on. This might actually be better. We could have this nice like dark green accent wall. I'm really glad I made a spreadsheet for this because if I didn't have one, I would not have a single clue what was going on. There is absolutely no way I could have done this without a spreadsheet. Just no way. I'm not really feeling obsessed with this room. I'm like not really loving it. It kind of needs something else. I need to find some sort of art that will help tie it all together. I like that painting. I think that helps bring in some of the green tones. Maybe instead of books we could, no. I don't know. This room, I think it's kind of a flop. I'm not obsessed. It's only fine, but I did what I could. The main thing was just that I wanted to have a desk in there because we don't have an office, so I kind of wanted that to serve that office purpose. I might put a chess table up here in the hallway. And so far, I think that's most of the interior done. It's just these 2 downstairs rooms now. Uh-oh. The craft room is a little bit brighter in color scheme than I was prepared for. I should have seen that coming, huh? I don't know why I'm acting surprised that the stuff from Nifty Knitting is bright in color scheme. Cause like, yeah, of course it is. That's kind of the whole thing with that pack. Okay, mostly I just want to use this as like hobby room. I intend to put all kinds of skill building items in here. We have the bonsai tree. I'll probably also even get an easel. I always think that easels are nice to have. Oh, maybe I could get some more skill stuff in some of these various kids rooms because we have all these like sport items and stuff. There's just so many things that you can use from this game. Is the keyboard more fun than what I was gonna do? Let's not use an easel. I always use easels. Let's do all the other craft stuff. I'll put like the cross stitch supplies. Maybe I should throw in a yarn basket somewhere else so we can pretend the Sims have been knitting out here. And then would it be so out of the ordinary to have like some kids stuff in here? Because I feel like it might be cute to have a little kids drawing table. In reality, these ottomans would be extremely impractical and uncomfortable to knit on, but I do like the idea of them having some like little chairs that can slide around, because in real life you could sort of drag those around with you. So I guess in game they can sit there and cross stitch. And then in real life you could just move them around to make them more useful for you. I have just made what is, in my opinion, the most sad and beige room of literally all time. I don't even like it. I don't know what I'm doing. I think it objectively looks okay, but this is not, I don't know. It's fine. It's a guest room. It can be generic. Now the last thing we have to do is just furnish the entire exterior and do all of the landscaping. But we're getting somewhere. We've made a lot of progress, okay? We obviously need to have a pool. We already discussed that part, and we also already plan on having this pool floaty. So if we don't have it, then we're doomed. But maybe I'll get a couple pool floaties. The only pack we're missing is romantic garden stuff, but that's because I've been saving it to use outside. This pack actually has a couple of really cute things that I think might work really nicely out here. In particular, these little items. I think those could be kind of fun to have down here on the side. I can just use that next to the pool to have some pretty color added in. And then, officially, we are completely done. Every single pack is crossed off. Let me just triple check so I make sure I didn't miss anything. But every single pack has officially been used in this build. And now we just have to finish all of the last little details. So initial thought, honestly, is that I think this was a little bit easier than I thought it was gonna be. I definitely came into this almost expecting to struggle a little bit more. It's just a lot of packs and they don't really all work together. A lot of them do, but they don't all work together completely. So I was definitely kind of nervous about trying to fit stuff together, especially from some of the weirder packs like Luxury Party. I didn't really know how that was gonna go. Do you think this bush sized up is like entirely too much? It might be. It might be. I'm gonna do it anyway though. I just need to get some like big ferns and stuff kind of filling in the empty spaces on the sides. Oh, that's a little too symmetrical for me. I don't know if I like it. Oh god. It's not, I can't even blame it on the challenge. Like the challenge is done. This part's just on me. Me doing bad at this is purely just me being bad at landscaping today. And then we have to break out the debug. I didn't want to have to do it, but it's time. All of the debug landscaping is just a million times better. Like it just is better. There's no question. Even down to like these bushes, there's actually swatches of these bushes. So I was using those plain green ones from the base game a second ago, but we have these like darker green ones that we can use if we're using debug. And I think that it helps. I think it's really nice to have some of that like extra shade of green in there. I actually don't normally use those tall skinny bushes. I don't really know if I like them, but I'll give it a try. And then the debug of these, it's the same flower, but it's just bigger. And it also comes in different swatches than the base game ones have. I'm gonna have to do a lot more with the bushes. Just bear with me, okay? I know I'm not really selling this right now, but I swear I'll make it come together, all right? Let me just save myself a couple of these. Okay, so I'm gonna keep, oh, that's clipping, isn't it? Uh-oh. Never mind, I'll put that in the corner over here. Let me just layer in some of this landscaping real quick, and then I'll scoot this swing set back so it's kind of up against the bushes just a little bit. Oh, does that look weird? Maybe I should just put it kind of like in the middle of everything, because that way it has enough space. Now we just gotta go through and fix some of the terrain paint. I like using these little floral ones sometimes, just as like extra details in the front and places. And there you have it, my friends. A Sims build using literally every single pack. In total, it ended up being a 4-bedroom house, but it also has a gym and an art studio, so it could be 6 bedrooms. It's got 3 bathrooms, it's got laundry. I tried to put hampers in a couple of the bedrooms. I've got one up here and one down here. I really like the living space. It's kind of got this like purple and green vibe to it, and I'm liking that a lot. It's my favorite part of the build. I also love the gym because I never use these swatches on anything. I had a lot of fun with this kids room in particular too, because I don't really ever use these things either. So I feel like this was kind of a fun challenge just to force myself to explore and use some different items that I don't normally go for. The biggest surprise to me was actually this item and the trophies that I placed. I thought that looked really cool. So hopefully you all enjoyed this video. I am gonna stick it on the gallery for you if you'd like to download it. It only costs like 96,000. That's not actually that bad for a house this big. I'm pretty proud of that. This worked out well. I'm also posting this video on Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate. Thanks for building with me, and also just thanks for hanging out with me this year and playing Sims with me and supporting the channel. It's been really cool. And with that, I am gonna end this video right here, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. Uh-oh, I just recorded for a really long time. Hopefully this video is not too long. I'm so sorry if so.